Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Talent Talks with Sagar. Have you ever stepped into a new role where everyone around you has been there for years and you're a new person who starts thinking, how can I add value here? That's exactly what I experienced over the last 1 year. Majority of my colleagues had deep organizational knowledge, strong relationship and years of credibility built in. In my last video, we spoke about activity versus impact, and that really resonated with me. Because as a newcomer, being active is easy, but being trusted, that takes something more. So today, I'm going to share not only principles, but real practical ways of how I built credibility as a newcomer. Credibility is built in when people believe three things about you. You know what you're doing, you deliver consistently, you can be trusted. In my case, I quickly realized my title or past experience didn't give me credibility. I had to earn it, especially working with the stakeholders who have been solving these problems long before I arrived. Deliver consistently. Do what you say you will do. One of the first things I focused on was small wins. If I committed to sharing an insight, a report, or a follow-up, I made sure I did it on time. For example, when working with stakeholders, instead of over-promising on large transformational ideas, I focused on delivering specific, actionable insights quickly. Over time, people may not remember everything you said, but they'll always remember you're reliable. Communicate with clarity. Clear communication is perceived competence. When you're new in the organization, there is temptation to over-explain to prove you know your stuff. I did it early on, but realized it actually reduced clarity. So I shifted to simple communication. What's the issue? What's the insight? What's my recommendation? In my stakeholders discussion, instead of explaining everything I knew, I started focusing on what matters to them the most. And that immediately improved how my inputs were received. As a newcomer, I couldn't rely on historical credibility. So I relied on structured thinking. For example, if I would suggest a workforce development initiative, I wouldn't just say this will work. I would connect it to data, observed patterns, and desired outcomes. That transparency helped stakeholders not only trust what I was recommending, but the why. Build trust through behaviors. Own your mistake. Respect the existing expertise. One of the key lessons coming into an experienced team, credibility isn't about proving others wrong. It's respecting what is already working while adding value. There were moments where I didn't have all the answers, but instead of trying to appear confident, I openly said, let me understand this better and come back with a structured view. That actually built more trust than pretending to know everything. Demonstrate expertise. Add insights, not noise. In my role, I started identifying patterns across different stakeholders, things that were not visible at high level. So instead of just participating in the discussion, I started adding perspectives they had not seen before. As an example, connecting the dots between skill gaps, training effectiveness, and business outcomes. And that's where my credibility really started to grow. You don't need to speak the most, but when you do, make it count. To summarize, here's what really worked well for me to build credibility in a new environment with experienced colleagues. Start small, but deliver consistently. Simplify your communication. Respect the existing experience while adding value. Show your thinking, Bring insights, not just efforts. Let me also share with you what is equally important. What doesn't build credibility, especially when you're new? Trying to prove yourself too quickly. In the beginning, I felt I need to prove myself very quickly. But soon I realized credibility is not built by the volume of inputs you provide. It comes from the quality and the timing. Ignoring existing experience. In an experienced organization, people already know what works and what doesn't. Early on, I realized if I didn't acknowledge this, even my best ideas wouldn't land well. Overcomplicating your value. Sometimes we think using complex language or frameworks will make us more credible. It usually does the opposite. Let me share a personal reflection. If there's one thing I learned, is this. Credibility isn't built by trying to impress. It's built by being consistent, clear, and useful. If you are in a similar situation, new role with experienced colleagues, start small, stay consistent, and focus on value. This is Talent Talks with Sagar, helping you not just create impact, but also build the credibility that makes your impact visible. Thank you for taking the time to watch. See you next time.